Is Christine Conley, marketing coordinator with Calgary Meals on Wheel, Barb Meals on Wheels, there's more than one wheel, Barb Marshall, who is a blogger of Write While You Can, write with an R.
That's right.
Write While You Can, and also Dax Justin, branding and design consultant, visual artist. And as we've discovered a few moments ago with your Instagram account, brilliant, sir. At Dax Justin on Instagram, you'll see what I'm saying. 28,000 followers?
Yeah.
Keep it going, buddy.
Yeah, no, I plan on absolutely going to the next level. Like, I just want to get out of Alberta, actually, and I've been on one expedition with Ford Canada and Travel Alberta, so I think the next expedition is going to be maybe actually during Stampede. I think I might get away during the Stampede and go travel BC.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that.
Nice.
We are too. New study finds, let's get back to some of our trending poll questions as well too this morning. A new study finds, get this, that there are too many studies.
I don't think that this surprises any of us. There's a study every other day, and it conflicts with the last study that we saw. And so this one is actually done by a university in Finland. Researchers found that scholars and scientists are actually starting to miss or forget important information because of all the studies out there, that they can't read everything, and it's too much information overload.
Well, the fact that we have a study studying if there's too many studies kind of says that there might be
too many studies.
Yeah.
But I don't know, is it bad to have too many studies?
That gives us opinions on things, right?
But it can also introduce redundancy, right? Because if you've got too many folks that are working on the same kind of things and trying to do all these different studies, and you're trying to study something slightly different than the last person, or try to prove what they're saying is wrong or right, you know, I mean, all of a sudden I think you get really confused.
For sure. I think a good thing about studies is they allow you to benchmark a certain moment in history, and then you can benchmark yourself or whether or not you've improved in the last year or so by doing those studies and kind of seeing if things are growing or improving for you and whatever you're working on.
Yeah, well, one of those things that we're hoping to improve on is our postal system. A lot of folks are saying, hey, these new boxes are fantastic. We're more efficient, the system is more efficient, but, Barb, there's some people who don't agree with that.
You are so right, Phoenix. It's really quite controversial. There's passionate people on both sides of the topic. So we probably remember maybe a year ago, actually, this month was when some major changes were announced by Canada Post, one of which the price of stamps went way up.
Up to $1.
Yeah, up to $1. 85 if you buy them, 85 cents if you buy them in bulk, but yeah, up to $1. And so that was just sort of the tip of the iceberg, really. And one of the things is that's really kind of hot and trending right now is the phasing out of community or door-to-door delivery, and replacing that with the community mailbox.
It's happened here in Calgary.
It has, and it hasn't gone over very well. And things even like, it sounds on one hand pretty simple. You'd think the placement, the actual physical placement of the mailbox would be pretty straightforward. Turns out it's not. Some people get upset if it's on their embankment close to their home. For example, issues around privacy, increased traffic, garbage, you name it. People are concerned. There's also been a lot of theft of these community mailboxes because they're a lot more in one place. A lot of theft in BC. I don't think theft has been happening in Calgary thus far with these boxes. But yeah, lots of controversy around this.
Yeah, and here's another opinion then. Some people are saying, well, wait a minute, you're dealing with more employees if you don't have these boxes. So you're dealing now with less employees.
Yes.
So less rain, sleet, snow, in the depth of winter, we're going to deliver your mail. So less issues that way. Is it such a bad idea that we've gone to these boxes? Dax, Christine?
It's interesting because I grew up a lot in the States, actually, and so they have a totally different postal system. So the idea that you have your own mailbox at your door is kind of unique up here. Down there, you've got the mailbox at the street. So they've got, the postal carriers don't carry anything. They drive, and they just drive along and deliver the mail. So it's already more efficient. And I think it's one of those things that's happening in a lot of the newer neighborhoods is that they're realizing that you can just put them all together and it increases that efficiency. And I think for a system that is, I think it's utilized less, it's something that you have to keep in mind, right? Like if this is not being used as much and we have all these employees and this whole system and logistics around it and it's not being used as much, how do we make it more efficient so that we don't have to increase the price of stamps some more?
And one of the big concerns from the postal union workers, who in fact 9 days ago sued Canada Post, so it's in the courts around that this elimination of door-to-door is unconstitutional. So there's actually now a lawsuit from the postal Postal Workers Union towards Canada Post. But one of their concerns is seniors and accessibility around and maintenance of some fantastic photos. If you use the hashtag Canada Post or Save Canada Post, some photos where, you know, the snowbanks, especially in Eastern Canada, Maritime Canada, the snow is right up to the banks, right up to the actual community box. People can't get at it. So
Except for this year.
Except for this year here, but in, you know, in the east, you know, it's a real problem. So people with physical challenges can't get out on icy sidewalks, seniors. So there's real passion around this issue.
And it's not going to end tomorrow. We're going to find out more
That's
about
right.
this. I'm glad you brought
Yeah.
it to our attention. Thank
Yeah.
you, Barb.